Welcome back to the Tamandaya Hockey Stadium for Game 8 of the 2022 Sultan of Johor Cup. The players are out ready for the national anthems. It will see Japan versus India, but first up, the national anthem of Japan. And now we'll have the national anthem of India.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of India.
Well, the players have had to wait a long time for this game because the previous game was delayed an hour, but we'll now look at the team lineup for Japan coming into this game. And the players, I think, that are going to be busy today. Kisho Kuroda under the bar has had a fantastic tournament for Japan so far, but he's going to really have to be on his mettle tonight. Imamatsu, wearing 14, has also been in good form, but the defenders Furukawa and Kawahara, wearing 2 and 3, have also been key players. Going forward, Jun Watanabe, wearing 5, is going to be important, as well as their captain Ikumi Saeki. Turning our attention to India, and they will be so disappointed that they didn't get a victory against South Africa. But they're going to bounce back, you feel, today, or they're certainly going to try to. And the players, I think, that are going to be vital for them are their forward line. Hundal, wearing 90. Rajinder, wearing 78, is one of the players. Bobby Singh, wearing number 11. Amandeep just pushing forward was always dangerous. And Sudeep Chamaka, well, he's scored in both games so far, and he'll be looking to add to his tally today if he can. Our umpires for this match are Kamis Al-Balushi from Oman and Jaden Pearson from Australia. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to sharing the action with you from this game. If you've just joined us, the thunderstorm took out a lot of the power within the area of the stadium, and so the last stream, we lost that while the rain delay was happening. We have recorded the game, and it will be posted either tonight or in the morning. It'll probably be live in the morning for all of you. We do apologise, but there was absolutely nothing we could do. The stadium had no internet. The journalists were just sitting there staring at their laptops, unable to type. But we're pleased to say they've done a great job getting it back up in time for this game. So congratulations to everybody involved for the work they put in during that last game so that we can bring you this game live. As India get us underway. Well, I can tell you coming into today's matches, Australia were top of the league ladder on 6 points. Then there were 4 teams on 3 points. India, Great Britain, Japan, and South Africa. South Africa had a minus goal difference. Japan on 0. India had the best goal difference, so they were sitting second. Great Britain have just lost to Australia. And so now this game becomes a little bit more important for both these teams because a victory will push them above Great Britain, the defending champions, and their opponent today. If these two draw, of course, they'll just go 1 point ahead, and it'll make it even more interesting as we approach the final stages of the round robin. Talking to the Indian coach, Siar Kumar, he was not too despondent with the result against South Africa. He felt they just didn't take their chances as Japan get inside the circle, look to lay it back. Brilliant tackle coming from Rajinder. And he said, you know, this is a young group of players and they're just beginning to mould and they will learn. He said that they were very hurt by the loss and disappointed with themselves. But he was encouraged that they created plenty of opportunities in that match. Amir Ali. Good work again from Vishnukant, who's been really strong in all the games. Maybe a little bit too strong a couple of times in the game against South Africa where he picked up a card. Nice turn again coming from Rajinder. Wins a free hit just outside the 23-metre line for India. And just going back to that league table at the moment, Malaysia the only team yet to record a victory or a draw, which is disappointing as the host nation, but they too are a young team, only thrown together very late coming into this tournament. Good work out wide to keep that in play coming from Hundal. But he gave possession away. And the ball now with Jun Watanabe. The one thing everybody said is how disciplined Japan are. And they know that they are a tough team to beat. Certainly defensively, they've looked very strong. And for me, I think one of the leaders for the player of the tournament at the moment is the number 3, Yamato Kawahara. Rajinder comes forward once again. Great pass to the top of the circle. Lovely turn. And what a finish that is from the captain. Uttam gives India the lead. And it was just arrowed into the goalkeeper's bottom right-hand corner. There was absolutely nothing he could do. He's trying to close the angle, but that was just a brilliant finish. So India take the lead in just the 3rd minute. And that is just what they wanted. And they will be hoping that this will give them the platform on which to build. Japan, though, they will keep fighting. 2019, this was a close game. It was a high-scoring game. It was 4-3 in favour of Japan. Kasabajit, Sharda and Pratap Lakra were the scorers for India. Wataru Matsumoto scored 1 for Japan. Koji Kawabe got 2, and Keita Watanabe, who's playing today, scored the 4th for Japan. So some of the Indian players who were here in 2019, they will remember that game and they will know that this is far from over until the final whistle. Long corner for India. In fact, in recent years, matches between these two at this level, have been pretty close. Usually there's just the one goal in it. So if we go back as far as 2017, that has been the story. Prior to that, India tended to be fairly dominant. Comes wide now to Furukawa. Carries it up to halfway, slips the pass to Nomura. Nomura, good pass again from him. Down the flank it goes to Yamasaki. Yamasaki wins the free hit for Japan. Has to come back to Furukawa, the man whose run sparked that attack. Now it's Kawahara. Kawahara again. Furukawa, just a little feint inside. Takes him away from Bobby Singh Dhami. Good pass again to the baseline and just pushed over the line, that time from Sharda. It's a long, it's in fact a penalty corner being awarded. So the umpire deeming that that was deliberately played over the baseline. No attempt made to play it over the sideline. So Japan have their first penalty corner. And they've only scored 1 from 6 so far. They've won the least penalty corners in the tournament, I think, with the exception of Malaysia. In fact, they're on par with Malaysia. Malaysia just have won 6 as well. So the captain is their sole option we've seen so far, unless they keep me something up their sleeve. Ikumi Saeki. The whistle goes. Ball is injected. Saeki, it took a deflection. It'll be another long penalty corner. Took a deflection off the runner's foot. I think it was actually off his shin pad, to be honest. So, can Japan get level? Making his way to the baseline to inject once more is Furukawa. Saeki waits again. It's a good trap, Saeki, good dummy from him, but an even better tackle coming out of defence from Rohit. I just paused because the whistle went and I wondered whether he was going to get penalised for something. Comes wide now to Amir for India. Goes to the air, hands possession back to Japan, who fire it forward, under control in the end from Yamasaki. He uses the width of the pitch. Keita Watanabe, who, as I mentioned, scored the 4th goal, or scored in the 4-3 victory over India back in 2019 here. Kobayashi. His pass is cut out well by Amir. And Bobby doesn't manage to trap that. And, well, there's a lot of chatter out there from India. Certainly Puvana just telling the young player Amir to just calm things down. Amir, this is his first international tournament, so he's very much the new boy within the team. Another good run forward that time coming from Furukawa. Bobby Singh feeds it to Puvana. Sharda now. Little flick of the wrists, and the power on that was remarkable. And Bobby will collect it, feeding it forward. Actually, it wasn't Bobby, it was Ankit Pal. Into the circle it goes, but Japan have numbers there. Nakajima cleans up at the back. And they look to play their way out of defence. Just left it behind, managed to still keep it. That was superb play. It was really, really well played that time by Kobayashi. Kobayashi was lively in the opening game. Man who went to Imaichi High School. Sharda angling the pass forward. It's a good one, finding Vishnukant. And Vishnukant wins a free hit for his team. Just places it outside the 23. Amir feeds it forward and a chance to get in the circle for Uttam. So for those of you tuning into this game, I can tell you that the last game, South Africa against Malaysia, will be starting at 9 p.m. local time. And that is, again, because of the thunderstorms during the Australia and Great Britain game, which we will be sharing with you because we had to record it because the storm took out all of the power here for a while. And that wasn't just at the stadium, it was within a several-mile radius of the stadium. So the telecommunications all going down. Good ball again. Matsuzaki. No, nowhere past Uttam, so he has to come back to Nomura. Lovely shimmy again from Kawahara. And you can see he was aiming to make that pass to Yamasaki, but good awareness again at the top of the circle from Sharda. Sharda, one of the players who played for the World Cup. And when he started playing hockey, he used to train on an empty stomach because his father couldn't afford to put much food on the table. And so actually Sharda, then at the age of 10, found himself a job, and his family didn't even know about it. But not only did he have the job, but he earned the money to buy himself hockey gear rather than food. That's how determined he was. So it's great to see him now playing at this level, and hopefully he will go on and represent the full Indian side. Vishnukant, brilliant run by him. Super pass. Kuroda off his line. He's going to... Well, that was a good touch in the end off the stick of Nomura. It'll be a long corner. Went over the crossbar, pretty much directly in front of goal. But again, Kishore Kuroda came off his line really quickly because that looked ominous. Vishnukant drives towards the circle again, pushes a little pass, shot on the turn. Kuroda comes out again, another good block from the Japanese goalkeeper. Got a Japanese player down in back play. I think it's Nomura who took a blow. It looked to me as if it was on the wrist. And they're asking for the physio to get out there. And nobody seems to be... Oh, no, they have gone out there, the physio. Well, hopefully this is nothing too serious and just something that ice may well fix for the Japanese player. Saw a nod of the head from the physio to the coach, but I'm presuming that's just to say that he is actually going to be okay. He's holding his... Oh, no, it's blood. He's bleeding from his head. So, actually, that was a little bit more serious than we thought, and they may actually have to clean the pitch if there's blood on the turf. Well, the umpire's just telling Japan where they must play on from, and it should be a bully because they had to stop play. Or I think it's actually going to be Japan's ball. So Japan play on. Nomura still getting treatment down below. It's a good run again from Furukawa. Impeded illegally was Jun Watanabe. Thrown to the sky, brought down by Watanabe. Across the face of goal. Man at the back post. Good defensive goalkeeping this time, coming from the Indian keeper. And that is Ankit Malik. Because that was a really good chance for Japan. Unfortunately, the player at the back post slipping as he shot. Shada being forced back towards the corner. Japan, though, touch it over. Well, no, they don't. The umpires have given it to Japan. Shada looking a little bit miffed there. That ricochets up in the air. It should be Japan's ball. It came up off the Indian stick of Amandeep. And that's gone over the side from Japan. Careless. India play on really quickly. Feeding it forward. Uttam didn't get that under control. Good defensive play from Kawahara. He's left that pass a little bit short. Recovered well in the end, Japan. That was good work being done by Hiroseto. And that time, Seto, I think it was, came up off his stick and created the danger. So a free hit to India. As they make 5 changes down below us. If you're wondering why the pitch looked a little bit sparse for Indian players. Dropping back is Ankit Pal, but it goes square to Shada. Shada. Thrown long. It's a good pass, kept in play. Into the circle it goes, and it just caught the foot. And just looking up to the skies that time. It was Uttam who played the ball in early. It was a good run in behind the defence. So India now with their first penalty corner. With just over 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Can they double their lead? Just give them the nice platform going into the second quarter. So they're just discussing what they're going to do. Vishnukant will make his way down to the baseline once more. He has been the main injector for India. Rohit awaits at the first battery. Sharda at the second. They go to Rohit. He flicks and he flicks fast and it beats the keeper. And India have their second goal. Rohit Put it at a nice height, but it was the sheer pace that took it past Kishore Kuroda. And so India now have a 2-0 lead with just 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. So Japan are going to have to dig deep soon. Still plenty of time left in the match, but they do not want to concede again. Although I'm sure they'll be buoyed by South Africa's comeback. South Africa, who were 3-1 down against India, managing to come back and get a victory. That's great play coming forward that time, and Imamatsu collecting the ball in the corner. Comes to Imamatsu again. Looks to take on Rohit. Pushes the short pass. Came off the Indian stick. Into the circle go Japan. Off the crossbar. Oh, how unlucky was that? That was Saeki, their captain, I think, who had that shot. In fact, maybe not. Maybe it was Furukawa. Furukawa, I think it was, who had the shot. Hit the crossbar. Vishnukant now pushing forward. And into the defender it goes. On the far side, just seeing the teams for the final game arriving. They're going to be very early. The rain having delayed all the matches by about an hour. And their game will start in, well, 1 hour, 45 minutes time. So they can sit and enjoy this one. That is if the coaches let them. Good work by Japan. It's going to come wide for them. Watanabe, lovely pass to the baseline, trying to square it. Good work again. And over the baseline it goes. That was Imamatsu. Unfortunately, he got the final touch. But you can see Japan are going to threaten. India are going to have to concentrate the whole time. Because one lapse and you feel Japan could get back in this match. And that's a nice steal. And Japan again comes surging forward. Was that off the foot? It was certainly off the stick. It'll be a, well, that's crazy. It has to be a long corner. It can't be a 16. It's incredible. There was such a huge deflection. I'm not sure how Kamis Al-Balushi could not have seen that. And Japan, though, as is their tradition, no complaints. They just get on with things. And you have to respect that. That's lifted dangerously. Kawahara over the ball. 20-odd seconds left. It'll come back to him again. Breaks kindly now and a chance for Watanabe again. Feeds it to the edge of the circle. In they go. Japan driving towards goal. Trying to lift it. Penalty corner. Lovely run from Jun Watanabe. So right at the end of this quarter, Japan earn their third penalty corner. And this would be the ideal time to score for Japan. Well, they're taking their time. I think they know what the routine is because Saeki is usually their only option, although there has been instructions. Kobayashi comes running on. They've got pretty much 10 seconds to get ready. The man on the line needs to get down to inject quickly, and that is Kobayashi. He makes his way down there. Saeki waits with Kawahara stopping. Saeki, it's there. They've pulled one back. The captain does the business right on the hooter. And so if India thought this game was over at 2-0, Japan have let them know that it most certainly is not. Their captain, Ikumi Saeki, pulling a goal back, meaning we go into the first break and it's Japan 1, India 2. Well, India, the first out to get the second quarter underway. Japan emerging from their bench now. But whoever was giving the team talk, C.R. Kumar obviously made it pretty brief because he got the players out there quickly to get this second quarter underway as quickly as possible. India push back. Their lead having been pegged back right in the last minute of that first quarter. Immediately they throw the ball long and go on the attack again. Lovely pass to Rajinder on the baseline. Gets a free hit just outside the circle. And Japan again are going to have to defend and then try and catch India on the counter-attack. Rajinder took it the 5 meters but got his pass into the circle. A little bit narrow, but I think the umpire actually blowing for him not having taken the ball 5 meters before he actually played the ball in. Furukawa goes back to Kawahara, but he was under a little bit of pressure that time from Bobby Singh. Rajinder should collect this for India. Vishnukant now throws it long, too long for India. And the ball just harmlessly home goes out of play. It's sailing over the head of Amandeep. So again, we see the willing Kawahara bursting out of defence. That's just got the angle wrong now. Now he's got to get back. Vishnukant faced with Kawahara. Kawahara comes up with the ball. How many times has he done that? That was not the greatest of clearances, but it is a free hit to Japan. So Kawahara, again, is just having a storming tournament. Just 18 years of age, the man from the Kagawa prefecture. Comes wide to Matsuzaki. He helps it on, and that should break kindly for Japan. Took a little bit of a time for Yamasaki to get it under control. And then he's penalised for supposedly lifting it too high. He doesn't agree, but rarely do you ever see an umpire change their mind. Once more down the line it goes from India. Uttam, the captain, really trying to set an example in this match if he can. Sharda now, acres of space, helps it down the line this time to Amir. Amir cuts infield, driving towards the circle. Short pass, it was a tricky pass to get under control because he just lifted it off the turf. Japan steal it, and now they're on the counter-attack. Not many numbers for them, but there are numbers coming back for India. Into the circle go Japan. Shot on the turn, caught the foot, didn't it? Well, had to have been, yeah, and there's no advantage. So Japan actually did very well in the end coming forward. Yamasaki, there was not much option for him as he burst into the circle, but he still managed to win his team a penalty corner, their fourth of the game. And let's not forget, they scored from the last one. So they'll have their tails up. The big question is, can they get an equaliser this time? Keita Watanabe makes his way to the baseline. Saeki once more will be the man doing the flicking. Hiroseto is doing the stopping. And we've got two runners on the right-hand side, Tanaka and Yamasaki. It's a good trap. Saeki, good save this time. Over the crossbar it goes. The follow-up shot, well, he was in the ideal place, but Yamasaki couldn't keep it under the crossbar. And India keep their lead intact. Sharda throws it long. Again, cut out of the night sky by Japan. Chance to come forward for Kobayashi. Strong tackle, but Kobayashi recovers, gets the ball back for Japan. And this was good defence again, and now Vishnukant will carry it forward. On the overlapping run is Ankit Pal. Good judgment there from Kobayashi. In fact, it was on or not Kobayashi. Jun Watanabe goes back, and there's, whoa, pressure there on Matsuzaki. And he recovered really well to get that one out of defense. So Japan certainly showing that they can match India. That was a really physical challenge coming in there. Two players coming together. Saeki, the captain, goes across the pitch. A stick thrown across him by Chimarko. Chimarko gets the decision, though, and India have numbers forward. Into the circle, it goes, sharp save. Well, that had to be, because it was deflected at the last minute. Kisho Kuroda just putting that one round the post. And it's gone in the goal, but no touch inside the circle from the Indian players. Matsuzaki. And that's down the side, but nobody there. The goalkeeper for India took his helmet off. Needs to be careful. Not meant to do that without the umpire's permission. Good block inside the circle come from Amandeep Lakra. And a missed trap on the side that time from Cyril Lagun. I remember in the, just trying to think actually, I think it was the final here that the Indian keeper, yeah, it was the final, I think 2014, as Bobby Singh breaks forward. He's got a player in the middle in Angad, feeds it to the top of the circle. Oh, what a finish that is. And that is a wonderful finish. India restore their 2-goal lead. And that was struck with some power. Well, Japan just getting caught short at the back that time. And India now get their 2-goal cushion again. But you still feel there's plenty left in this match. So Johnson Purti getting that goal, his first of the tournament. He struck that superbly. Plays for the Services Control Board. And this game, there's just almost this frenetic pace about it. Both teams just really going at each other. And I just wonder how much it's going to take out of each side. India have to play Australia tomorrow, so they'd want to wrap this game up and try and take it fairly easy, because they've got the early game tomorrow as well, as that's brought down well by Amandeep. Pushed it too far ahead, though, of Angad. Japan, well, tomorrow they play South Africa. And depending on the results today, that could be an important game as well to decide who may well play in either the gold medal match or even the bronze medal match. Lovely break forward from Yasuda. I think I was saying that the goalkeeper took his helmet off here in the final for India and actually got a card. And so they were playing the last minute. They had to sub off a player and put another keeper on. In it goes. Deflection was almost a very good one. As the ball in came from Furukawa, the deflection from Tanaka. But unfortunately for Japan, Imamatsu couldn't get the final touch in front of the keeper. That's given away on halfway. Japan have numbers square. Ball comes infield now to Nakajima. Nakajima put under good pressure by Rajinder. Changes direction, but two Indian players in the end penalised. And, well, Angad very lucky didn't get penalised for just running down the line there. Lovely mazy run into the circle, laid back, and an air swing that time from Seto. But Keita Watanabe, what a run from him. Pretty much put that on a plate for Hiro Seto. But Seto, just with a windy, as they call it. He is in the senior Japan squad, the Samurai. Amir. Amandeep Lakra plays it out onto the right-hand side. 6 minutes remaining in the first half of this match. Amir, first time, but having to take evasive action, and amazingly the whistle didn't go. It was Keita Watanabe. And I think he's looking at the umpire as if to say, I actually had to duck that, so how come that wasn't dangerous? Well, I don't understand that, because the Indian defender was miles away from the player who was standing under the ball. And that is the problem, I think, with the ruling of the overhead pass. There's so much discrepancy on how the decisions go. It's hard to understand them sometimes. Japan would like to pull a goal back, I'm sure, before the halftime break, but India have had the possession for the last couple of minutes. Sharda. Happy to go back into that defensive line. Amandeep Lakra plays it out wide. It'll come back to him again. Sharda's in space on the left-hand side, but he pushes the short pass to Puvana. Puvana, good pass from him. Bobby Singh Dami. Nowhere to go forward, so has to go back. It's back with Lakra again. Sharda. And that's brought down brilliantly into the circle by Amir, but he's come up with it, looks to square it. Comes back to Amir, good save. Combined well with Puvana. Amir Ali. Amandeep. Back to Sharda. If you're just joining us, there are two Amandeeps, Amandeep and Amandeep Lakra. Nice turn by Rajinder. That just ricocheted that time up off the foot of Purdy Johnson Purdy. Comes wide to Furukawa. Furukawa, though, played it off Uttam. Uttam limping a little bit and wants to go off now. Kobayashi will get the ball from the side for Japan. Kobayashi, in turn, comes back to Jun Watanabe. Sharp, quick pass from him. He'll get the return pass from his captain. Into the circle it goes. India deflect it well into the foot. That was good play from Sharda. India using the width like they did in their opening game against Malaysia. Japan, though, brilliant steal again. Cutting infield to where there's traffic and appeals for the free hit. Yasuda gets the decision in the end. Two and a half minutes left in the first half. Japan trying to find a way back. Mistrap there. They've won it back. It'll come wide now to Jun Watanabe. Watanabe, three Indian players ahead of him, has to go back to Keita Watanabe. Furukawa. Oh dear, he tries to throw it to the air. Never got hold of it. Helped out by his captain, Saeki, but still doing well is Chimarko. Chimarko collects the ball. Numbers coming in support for India. Played out wide, good run from Johnson. Johnson into the corner, lays it back. Short pass to Uttam. Rohit now in space, looking to close him down. was Tanaka, so he goes square back onto the right-hand side to Cyril. Rohit. Cyril Lagun. Sharda. Japan just happy to shift across the pitch. Now it comes forward to Amandeep Lakra. Lakra manages to find the foot, so comes forward now to take the free hit inside the 23 metres. Goes back to Rohit once again. Square to Cyril Lagun. Sharda again on halfway. Rohit's gone wide. It'll come to him on the reverse stick. Gets it under control. Infield. Good pass, managing to pick out Puvana. Puvana's pass was not the best, but it broke kindly inside the circle and then was cleared by the keeper. Hundal never able to get a touch or a shot away. Good work, top of the circle again by Tanaka. And Japan get the free hit with 30 seconds left in the first half. The Indian bench shouting, and I think C.R. Kumar just telling them all to calm down, because it just sounded like a babble of noise, and it may well have been confusing the players. But here come Japan. Good work again, that time being done by Puvana. Just got a touch, took it away from Japan. And Saeki throws it forward. And, well, let that one go. I would have thought Vishnukant running into that space with his stick at head height to the Japanese player was creating the danger, but he got away with it. And no harm done. But that is the end of the first half. And India, well, they had the ascendancy early on, went 2-0 up after goals from Uttam and Rohit. Saeki pulled one back at the end of the first quarter to give Japan a bit of a lifeline. But then a wonderful strike by Johnson Purti has restored India's 2-0 lead, or 2-goal advantage rather, and they go into the half-time break with a scoreline that reads Japan 1, India 3. Welcome back to the Tamandaya Hockey Stadium. India currently leading in this match 8 of the Sultan of Johor Cup 2022 by 3-1. Now, it's great response after their surprise defeat to South Africa in their game 2 days ago. And India, of course, have come here wanting to reclaim the Sultan of Johor Cup. So a win today could be so important, especially as Great Britain went down to Australia. Those two teams have to play each other. And India play Australia next up. So from here on in, all these teams have got to win every game they play if they want to get in the gold medal match. Australia in a really strong position, have played 3, won 3. No one else has won 2. We have 4 teams have all played 2, won 1, lost 1. And Malaysia have played 2, lost 2. So for India, this is a big, big game. For Japan, it's also a big game. If they can cause another upset, they defeated Great Britain on Tuesday. We've got half an hour to go. Who will come out on top? At the moment, India looking the favourites to do so. But hockey can throw up some real surprises, and goals can come thick and fast as well. So this game normally averages 5 goals whenever these two teams meet. We're at 4 at the moment, so just wonder whether that's going to be a Japan will get a second. As I said, usually there's a 1-goal margin between the two as well, certainly in recent times. 2017 it was 3-2 to India, 1-0 2018 to India, and 4-3 in 2019 to Japan. So you do feel this is going to be a little bit tighter than it is at the moment. Uttam. Good stick work from him, but stolen, although the free hit goes India's way. Yasuda, the player, penalised. That's a good pass out of defence to Amandeep. Lovely steal, although it's gone against Japan. Kobayashi, the unfortunate player that time. Thrown very long. And, well, that's drilled home. And that was a brilliant strike, but I think everyone was waiting for the whistle because the defender came in. Amandeep, I believe, is the scorer. Absolutely drilling that one home and giving Ishida no chance in goal. So India now do have a 4th goal, and Amandeep with a really strong finish. He got it under control well, and literally the first minute of the second half, India now 3 goals to the good, and Japan, you feel, have a mountain to climb. That was a really difficult ball for Yasuda to get under control. Amandeep, who hails from Chandigarh and their famous academy there. Brought down well that time by Rajinder. Rajinder, though, loses out. Strong tackle. And Amandeep Lakra was going to get on with that, but then thought better of it as the whistle had gone. Kobayashi now plays it square for Japan. Nice little pass down the line to Watanabe, and it's a good break on the overlap. Furukawa, short pass from him into the circle. In Japan appeal for a penalty corner, a slip that time, and it will be a free hit won by Keita Watanabe. Going to have to take it to the right spot. Kobayashi just checking with the umpire. Has to go 5 meters, goes outside the 23. Drilled towards the circle. Kobayashi gets it again. His pass, though, is picked off by India. Chance to come out of defence, but it's gone over the side first. So now we'll see Matsusaki. Comes wide onto the left-hand side to Jun Watanabe. Picked up well that time in defence by Amandeep Lakra. And Japan again frustrated. The decision didn't go their way. Bobby Singh Dhami plays it forward into the path of Chamako. Gets the pass back. Vishnukant has to turn around. The ball was played behind him. Rohit now. Vishnukant thought about going square, goes back to Rohit again, a mistrap from him. Japan looking to close him down, but he's still got plenty of space. Plays it up the side, the call was leaving it. Uttam collects and turns on a wide circle. Did well. And that's going to be Amandeep who will... he doesn't get the free hit this time. It goes Japan's way. Their captain decides to leave it behind. Akumi Saeki carried forward again. Matsuzaki. That's going to bounce awkwardly for Nakajima, but, well, I thought he'd done really well, and that was actually stolen away brilliantly in the end by India. And it was good work coming from Amandeep Lakra. Amandeep Lakra from that hotbed of defenders in India, Odisha, and just showing why they are just so good. Barindra Lakra, of course, one of the true greats in that position. Again, we see Furukawa bursting forward. India, though, step out. Vishnukant, well, he just bowled the player over that time and has been penalised. Vishnukant is a tall man, and the player he was up against slightly shorter, but it was still, the shoulder went in hard. Furukawa wins another free hit. Japan drive towards the baseline. Good work, Watanabe. Comes back, ricochets up off the Indian stick. That's a good spell of pressure by Japan. If they can get the next goal, they'll feel they can still come back. Lovely turn, though, coming forward from Bobby Singh Dhami. His pass, though, goes awry, and Kawahara, good pass from him, picks out Nakajima. Into the middle it goes. Was that a foot? Yes, it was, but just outside the circle. So Japan have the free hit just outside. And the defender coming in before the 5 metres. So penalty corner for Japan, their 5th, and a really good opportunity for them to close the gap. And the drummers for Malaysia have come in early. They obviously didn't see that the first game was delayed, so these players are now going to enjoy the drumming. India have already witnessed it so far in the tournament. They played Malaysia already, so this will be a good experience for Japan. Saeki again waits at the top of the circle. Can he double his tally and his team's just when they really, really need it? And it comes, Saeki. It's not a good trap that time by Kawahara. He's kept it alive inside the circle, across the face of goal. And it will be a long corner. Keita Watanabe certainly got plenty behind that shot. Kawahara takes a deflection. That's gone off the Indian stick again. It'll be another long corner. So a good spell of pressure from Japan. They just need to convert it into a goal. And once more, we're waiting for a ball to come on. And that has gone to nobody. And the apology given from the player concerned. I think he was obviously expecting teammate to push up. It was Nakajima who played that ball wide. He went to Okitama Agricultural High School. Shada under pressure. Will look to just weave it. Oh, good skills, but over the side it goes. He was feeling he was impeded. Saeki gets on with things really quickly. Having a hurry, though, was Kawahara. Looks to play it into the circle. Felt there was a touch, but again, the Japanese show such discipline. Just drop back, take up their positions. No dissent. And again, the ball boys just taking a little bit too long. And I think somebody just needs to have a quiet word that they're just waiting until called for the ball. It's a good pass forward now to Johnson. Decision goes Johnson's way. He's going to have to take it back to halfway. He will leave it for Ankit Pal, who in turn will leave it now for Amandeep Lakra. Ankit scuffed that one, but it's going to break kindly inside the circle. Shot in the turn. Good save. Chamako really dug that one into the turf, got a bit of lift off it, and it was a good save in the end by Takeya Ishida, who's come on as the replacement goalkeeper, rotating the keepers in the second half. Ishida, just 19 years of age, and that was a good cross-field ball, but unfortunately for India, Cyril Lagun could not bring that one down. Cyril Lagun, who went to the Rourkela Panposh Sports Hostel, one of the academies there, famous one in Rourkela, which will be one of the cities hosting the Men's World Cup in January in India, an event that I'm sure everyone's looking forward to. And that's going to be a card. Playing on with the ball, taking it with him as he went back. And the shot bounces up. And the stick has gone flying from the Japanese player. So India are down to 10 for the next couple of minutes, but they have possession, which is the main thing. Lovely turn on the far side, into the circle come India. Spin is there, and across the face of goal, clear to the top of the circle. Shot again coming in from Johnson, but this one deflected high over the goal and out of the ground. But good work again from Chamako. He's really been lively. He's another one that went to the sports hostel in Panposh Sports Hostel in Rourkela. Amandeep Lakra. And a long corner given. Deflected into the circle, but watch that one all the way out of play. Ishida. 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. You feel Japan really need to get the next goal, and they really need to get one in this quarter if they're going to fight and make a comeback. Down the line it goes that time from Watanabe. Shada took it over the side. The ball will be played in by Kobayashi. Oh, it was lifted into the circle. It certainly was above knee height, but nobody was in that forward area, and very close to getting on the end of it was Yasuda. Just a minute, I haven't seen Nomura come back on the field after he took that blow to the head and was bleeding, and so hopefully he's okay and it wasn't too serious and he just needs to maybe go to the hospital and have a stitch or two. Amir plays it down the line. Again, lovely run in from the left-hand side. The ball laid back, and it's going to be, though, Japan ball out of defence. Good acceleration. Rajinda, though, leaning into the Japanese player. He will get a card for that. It's a yellow card this time. So Rajinda, 5 minutes on the side. He will play no further part in this quarter. Japan have a one-player advantage for the rest of this third quarter. This is a great opportunity for them. Good deflection over the baseline by Amandeep Lakra. Long corner to Japan. Rajinda will also be off for the first minute of the final quarter. The clock has been stopped as Amandeep Lakra just going down there. I think that was fair enough. The stick just came up, caught him on the kneecap. Sharda finds Vishnukant. Suddenly, there looks to be a lot of space. Vishnukant, lovely turn from him. And a good pass finds Ankit Pal. Uttam wins a free hit for his team. Ankit over the ball, self-passes, leaves it for Uttam. Back to Ankit Pal. Japan just push it out over the side. It will be, in fact, a long corner. It just caught the corner flag. Needs to be taken out towards the side. Amandeep. Umpires are happy. Goes all the way back to Rohit. Vishnukant. Looking to feed that one forward. Bobby Singh Dhami didn't get it under control, but the ricochet is a good one for India. Rohit again to Vishnukant. He was looking to feed it out wide to Cyril and then thought better of it because there was a chance that Tanaka might intercept it. Good lead again from Bobby. Bobby drills it in, took a deflection off the Japanese player's foot just at the top of the circle. So free hit to India. Bobby over the ball, plays it back to Vishnukant, fired into the circle. Japan managed to clear it over the side. Still 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Ankit Pal, man who hails from Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh. Thrown long, desperation to get on the end of that one. That's real commitment. That was Uttam, the captain, leading by example. So India have done well. They've absorbed a bit of pressure and put pressure on Japan while they're a man down. Played most of the hockey inside Japan's half. And now Japan only have about a minute and a half with an extra player advantage before we go into the final break, and then 1 minute after that. And that was, again, probably just pushed that pass a little bit harder than was needed. And pressure applied this time. Down the side it goes. Japan have it momentarily. Comes wide now for India. Cyril helps it forward. Amandeep. And in the end, it was good work by Puvana. He managed to keep possession for India without ever looking like he completely had the ball under control. Vishnukant into the circle, but that just caught the foot of Bobby. Japan again look to push forward for one last attack. Keito Watanabe. Uttam looks to close down. And it's a misdirected pass. Uttam will pick this up. No one in support, so the captain's going to have to do it on his own. Forced wide. Now he'll just hold it up on the 23. Lovely spin to take him away from Matsuzaki. Free hit taken quickly by Bobby. Feeds it into the circle. No time for India to shoot. But it's been a good quarter for them as they open the scoring just a minute into that third quarter. Amandeep with a brilliant finish and stretch their lead to a 3-goal advantage. So going into the final break, it is Japan 1, India 4. Welcome back to the Tamandaya Hockey Stadium as the last quarter of match 8 about to get underway. India currently leading Japan by 4-1. So in a really good position. Just like to again acknowledge our sponsors. Griffin in the game since 1983. Project Innovations Private Limited, an independent consultancy company providing project management services. And of course Ong & Ong Design Management and Engineering. And of course Grandwork Interior, a multiple award-winning custom interior fittings firm. Thank you for your support making this possible. Uttam to Bobby. Bobby gets a free hit just outside the circle. Uttam played on with it quickly, lost possession, appeals for a free hit that the player hadn't retreated the 5 meters, but I would say Uttam lost possession of that. That's why the umpire said play on. It wasn't that the Japanese player infringed. Good pass this time coming to Kobayashi. Looks to feed it forward. Saeki, the captain, goes past the first defender, Rohit, across the face of goal. Comes back to Saeki. Long corner. Japan really needed a goal, and they need it early. Into the circle, appeals for a penalty corner, not given. And now India appeal. But it is going to be a free hit to Japan. Comes square to Keito Watanabe. Into the circle it goes. Saeki across the face of goal. Good defence. And that was really strong defence in the end from the young Amir. Amir stayed calm. A lot of players may have just banged that one out of play, but Amir got it under control and they just calmly took it out of the circle. And the mistrap that time coming from Keito Watanabe. So Japan struggling to get through India at the moment. Their best finish in this tournament is 3rd in 2016. Well, that was certainly lifted that time, and it's Amandeep Lakra who's penalised. Saeki wanted to get on with it quickly, stops it now. Self passes, looks to run at the Indian defence, gets round the back of Amandeep Lakra, and a penalty corner is awarded to Japan. Well, can they find a goal from somewhere? Just a 1-goal margin in the last 3 meetings. We tend to say Japan will come back, but I just wonder today, India have looked pretty good. They've gone back to a more cohesive performance, the kind we saw in their performance against Malaysia. South Africa, though, just didn't let them settle. So this time we have Tanaka at the second battery. Ikumi Saeki at the first. They go to the captain again. He flicks into the first runner. It broke kindly to Tanaka. Good defense, though, by Sharda, and he manages to clear it. But it will be Japan ball from the side. In it comes to Saeki. Bobbled up inside the circle. No danger, though. Japan trying to apply pressure. And that's a great tackle. There's nobody, though, really square, and the ball played to the baseline, but it took a deflection. Long corner, Japan. Comes back now to Kawahara. Early pass from him finds Jun Watanabe in space. Well, Rajinder just barged him. That'll be a penalty corner. And Rajinder's only just come on, so he needs to watch it. He had a yellow card for 5 minutes, and if he starts doing that, he's going to be off for 10 minutes and the rest of the match. And Bobby Singh Dhami just goes up to him, puts his arm around him, and I think just trying to calm Rajinder down. Well, I keep saying it, but Japan really need to convert one of these. This is their 7th penalty corner now. Coming into today, they'd only had 1 from 6 in 2 games, and they've won 7 in this game and failed. Well, they've converted 1 so far. So they really need to get a second now to make it count. Saeki, he tries a variation, but the 2 players had actually already run ahead of where he played the ball. He was aiming for the run of Gunpei Yasuda. But unfortunately for Japan, I think the first runner did an excellent job actually forcing him to push the ball behind them. One coach was telling me that the runners are actually doing a really good job at penalty corners here at the moment, running really tight lines, but it's making it difficult for the goalkeepers. That will be Japan. Free hit again. So they're having plenty of possessions. Kawahara into the circle. That was a super pass, but Keita Watanabe just couldn't get the touch in there. I think he, in fact, may have let it run. In fact, they thought they'd got a long corner, and now the umpires reversed it, which Japan are a little disappointed about, understandably so. So Ankit Pal brings it down, feeds it to Amandeep Lakra, and that was way too far ahead of the run coming that time from Angad Bir. So India win possession back again. It's a good lead coming there from Puvana, but running across the field is Uttam. Manages to get the pass out to Cyril Lagun. Good defensive play coming that time from Yamasaki, closing down the pass down the line. Japan working extremely hard at the moment to try and prevent India getting forward. Good work again from Puvana, and he's won a penalty corner for his side. Believe it or not, just India's third of the match. And India, well, they've got one from Rohit so far in this match, and they will be hoping they can get a second now, and that will just put them in a really strong position. It will also boost their goal difference. So they had +2 coming into today, and with the competition so tight, you can imagine that goal difference, as I think I said on day one, could be crucial. So Japan need to keep this one out as well. Shardar at the second battery. It looks like Amandeep Lakra at the first. Goes to Amandeep Lakra. Oh my word! What a flick that was. Very close to the keeper, but plenty of pace. And that makes it 5-1 to India. And Amandeep Lakra fires home, and India make their penalty corner count. So certainly that was a magnificent flick. Ishida, I think, did not really move until it was gone past him. And clearly I think there's a bit of an issue with the net, is it? At that end at the moment, Ishida, we've just got a technical official, or the umpire's just gone running to try and fix the net. I don't think it was the shot that broke the net, but certainly there was an issue, which it looks like it's been resolved. And so play can indeed continue, but you feel now at 5-1 with just over 9 minutes remaining. India have wrapped this game up. 4-1, there was still hope for Japan. Japan, though, fought back against Australia. They went down 3-2. So it sets up a nice game. Tomorrow, India against Australia, the opening game on day 4. Good tackle coming in from Matsuzaki. Lost out of, in fact, it wasn't. It's a free hit. Again, thrown to the air, took a deflection off Kobayashi. It'll be a long corner to India. Ankit Pal plays it back to Amandeep Lakra. Carried forward by Sharda. Down the line it goes. Bobby Singh with a 360 turn. And that just caught the foot of the Japanese defender. No argument there. It was fairly obvious that it went into the foot of Jun Watanabe. So Bobby takes it, goes the 5 meters. Again, a clever pass from him along the baseline. That was good work again. Gadbir doing good work along the baseline, but Japan have come up with the ball. And I'm sure that their coach, C.R. Kumar, will be really pleased with the way India have actually defended tonight. That's just gone over the side. Bursting forward again. Good ball forward from Hundal. Into the circle it goes, and desperation there, trying to win it for India. And I thought it was a card for a second, but Puvana just coming off for a breather. So we're at the halfway stage of this final quarter. India in a really strong position. Comes back to Matsuzaki. Kawahara. Just the movement of the ball have sort of negated Kawahara in this game, in that he's needed those around him to put in a good shift as well. Here comes Rajinder. Now the ball picked up indeed by Hundal. Japan though play on quickly. Here they come on the counter-attack, this time through Keito Watanabe. Good pass down the side, but unfortunately for Japan, the ball not collected by Yu Imamatsu. Imamatsu goes to Yamanashi Gaikon University. It's Gaikon University, and my pronunciation a bit poor there. It actually means city. As the drumming gets louder, and Malaysia haven't even started playing yet. Vishnukant, lovely turn from him, gets past one, feeds the pass, will get the return pass. That was good again, coming out from Matsuzaki, but it's inside the circle, and Japan scramble, and it's cleared by Furukawa, but only as far as Cyril Lagun. He goes back to Sharda. Rohit now for India. Goes down the line, finds his captain Uttam. That was deflected away from the circle. I think it was a foot. So not a fair deflection. Vishnukant just checking where the spot is and then cuts into the circle. Vishnukant across the goal. Uttam puts it wide. I think he was looking for the umpire to bail him out and say, well, actually there was a foot, so we'll come back for a penalty corner. But Uttam in a really good position, and unfortunately just pushed it wide. I think it just came to him a little bit quicker than he was expecting. Uttam, who made his national team debut at the Asia Cup in Jakarta earlier this year. And that one's brought down well by Hundal, but it's going to be a 16. In fact, it's gone out over the side. So 4.5 minutes remaining. I think there is no doubt that India have won this one, so they will certainly remain in second spot on the ladder at the moment. Trying to cut infield was Watanabe. Saeki has to go back to the defensive line again. Good quick pass from Furukawa. Wants the ball back, but down the line it goes, and there's nobody in that space, although collected by Sharda. Good work being done behind him by Tanaka. And Japan thought they'd stolen that, but unfortunately the umpire saw it as a free hit to India. Uttam, again, he didn't get it under control initially, but did very well to get it at the second attempt. And a shot on the turn, what a save. Chamako really hit that with power on the reverse stick. And good positioning from Ishida was the reason he was able to make the save. And again, we just see Japan just pushing it too far ahead of their teammates. Nice turn again, that time from Amandeep Lakra. Amandeep will get the ball now for India. Japan have got the free hit, taken quickly. They may well get a goal here. Good run inside the circle, looking for the foot. Carried out of the circle by Amandeep into the corner. Thrown long. Bobby should bring that down. The defender has come in that 5 meters. So Bobby will get the chance to play on. Can go square now to his captain, Uttam. Ankit Pal was on the overlap on the right-hand side. They went to the left, and underneath the shot there, Bobby puts it over the crossbar. And he's having a few words with his teammate there, who he felt just ran in his way. That made it hard for him to get on the end of that. That was Sudeep Chamako. And I tell you what, though, Sudeep Chamako and Bobby, if they can get it right, they both are capable of scoring a hatful of goals, but just need to develop that understanding. Again, free hit to Japan just outside the circle. Can they get a consolation goal from somewhere? Because, as I mentioned, goal difference may have a big bearing on who plays in what games on the final day of the Sultan of Johor Cup 2022. And that's taken a massive deflection, so it will be Japan ball. It's given for the lift rather than the way it crossed the baseline. So it comes back again to Kawahara. Plays it square to Matsuzaki. Good pass and a good trap into the circle again. The deflection. Shot on the turn. Took another deflection. That was a good shot running away from goal from Tanaka. Brought down by Japan. Superb into the circle. Swept away. And the goalkeeper throwing himself at the attacker. It was Mohit who just threw himself at the man coming along the baseline. Uttam can't bring the high ball down. Bobby keeps it in play though. Has Ankit Pal in support. Japan steal it. Good defensive work by Matsuzaki. India have stolen it back though. Trying to play it in for Uttam. Japan scramble it clear, but it will go back to India, and we're in the final 30 seconds. Sur Lagun goes back to Rohit. Rohit just calming things down at the moment, drawing the Japanese players out. Sharda looking to do the same, carries over halfway, almost up to the 23 meters. If that goes out of play, it'll go for a long corner, but Japan collect it. Ricochet is a dangerous one defensively for them, but in the end, they get the free hit, and Japan, some of the players sink to their knees. They drop their sticks in frustration. They've worked extremely hard tonight, but to no avail, because India in the end just ruthless in attack. And at the final score here is Japan 1, India 5.